Welcome back to Solely Dope. This is more than a podcast. This is a platform to discuss all things dope. This week we got my guy Devon joining us. What you sipping on, bro?
Man, I actually today was watching Undisputed and was watching LeBron on there, and with it being like opening day for them playing, he was drinking red wine, so I had to do a little bit of the same. So
Classy.
that's what I got.
Classy.
Yeah.
Pete, do you want to get us started?
Yeah, I do. First, Corey, what you sipping on?
Vodka Sprite.
Vodka Sprite. Marcus, what you got?
Man, I got this Terramana, the rocks tequila, you know?
The people's tequila.
I'm classy.
Got the Mexican mule, a little tequila mule. So.
Ooh, okay.
A little fancy.
So, Devin, I see you with the Titans hat on, the Mariota jersey in the back. We like to kick these things off usually with a Corey's top 10 power rankings. Okay. And then we like to chime in and give our top 5. So, what we can do is, Corey, hit us with that top 10 power rankings from this last week.
All right, you want all 10?
Yep.
All right, I'm going with the Chiefs still, Bills still at 2, Packers, Saints. Wait for it. Number 5, I got the Browns. Just barely. I got the Titans at 6.
Hey.
Sorry, Dev.
No, it's all
got
good.
The Seahawks at 7. Got the Ravens at 8. The Colts at 9 and the Bucks at 10.
Marcus,
okay.
You're welcome, Heath.
What's your top 5, Marcus?
I have the Chiefs at 1, obviously. The Bills still looking good at 2. We're gonna have to leave Green Bay at 3. Then I have the Ravens at 4. Saints at 5. Then I got right outside. I got the Browns right there. I personally feel like 1 and 2. They've looked really good. 3 to whatever, you can interchange those teams. Nobody's definitive in those spots.
So how does that differ from Corey? Where were your Ravens at and yours?
Ravens were 8.
How?
What you mean?
Lamar's back, baby. He's looking good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, as of right now, I'm going to keep them at 8. I ain't going to bump them in the top 5 yet.
Okay.
They are looking good. They on the rise.
Dev, do you have a top 5?
Yeah, so I got mine kind of changed today a little bit. So I have Chiefs at 1. Man, just because we smacked the Bills, I didn't want to put them at 2. But looking at it, so I got the Bills at 2, Packers at 3, Saints at 4, and then the Titans at 5.
Ooh.
And I had to because so I started looking at it today. Obviously, our defense is booty, but we have the best offense in the league.
Ooh,
So we
have
numbers-wise.
stats. Yeah, numbers-wise, it came out. So,
what is it? Points, yards, and what else?
Points, yards, and touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
so it's there, but
the top 3 for all 3 of you guys is it's a consensus: Chiefs, Bills, Packers.
Yeah. I would respect the Packers being at 2, though. I know some people have put them at 2.
Yeah, and Steve, that's where
was about to do that.
Yeah, I had the Packers at 2 for until maybe about 3 hours ago, and then I was just like, man, I just don't know. But yesterday I had the freaking Steelers still in it before they played, and it was nope.
Did you have the Steelers at Corey in your 10?
Nope.
They're out.
Yeah,
out of there.
They could end.
Hey, I mean, we already got the Browns and Ravens. Not putting the Steelers.
The Steelers could end their season on a 5-game losing streak.
They're going to. The Colts are going to beat them, and then the Browns are going to beat them and win the division.
Yep.
the Colts. Yeah,
for real, I think that's going to happen.
Robot. We'll get back to him. Say that again, Devin.
I said I think the Colts are honestly just going to smack the Steelers. I don't think it's even going to be a.
Got you.
You don't think they're going to bounce back at all?
No, I don't think they're going to lose out. I think they're going to bounce back. I know it's not easy to jump on.
I can see them losing out though.
It's possible with the way they've been playing. I can also see Big Ben just having one of those legendary games to get a win. So I can see that.
Who they got the last week? You said
Browns.
The Browns.
So they got Colts and Browns. So they got tough too.
That might be.
I don't know. See, this is my fear though. So like, I felt good until they played like crap last night for our division, but now it's like if the Colts beat them, then we're in trouble because I don't even know if we could still. I mean, I feel like we could still win the AFC South, but at the same time, it's
Because
like
I still got the Packers next week, right? Yeah.
exactly.
That's
So
gonna
we
be
got the
that's gonna be
Packers, and then we
good.
got the Texans, and the Texans actually been playing a little bit better, but
They
I
always
still
play
feel like
good
we
against
could
y'all
do it.
anyway. So,
Yeah. So
Heath, who's your top 5?
Top 5, I would go Chiefs, Bills, Packers. I'm going Browns number 4. I don't even know if I had a number 5 because once I get to the Browns, I just stop. Baker all day. We can stop there. Saints maybe.
I say you gonna put the Saints?
I mean, they just lost again to a top 500 team.
You're saying top 500 like it's not the Chiefs. Like it's not the Chiefs. And they lost by 3.
They put up 29.
If the Saints don't play the Bucks, they don't beat above 500 teams.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I talk sports, I like to be like serious. This was a game I went in and Breeze is coming back from the injury. It's the first time in a minute where I was like, man, I don't think they can win this. They surprised me playing that well, and Drew Brees didn't even play that well to me. So there's no.
And
I don't.
Michael Thomas is out.
And Michael Thomas is out, so I don't really believe in like moral victories. But I was like, oh, okay, I can see them walking away like, oh, okay, we still got it. So it'll be interesting to see.
So that leads me to this question to you, Marcus. I'm going to toss it up to you first. So if the playoffs started today, everybody's healthy, which 2 teams in the NFC do you trust the most?
NFC. In that South division?
Any division, NFC in the playoffs, which 2 teams do you trust the most?
Saints all day, obviously. And then, man, I always I can never count out the Seahawks, man. That's just my personal belief. Like they look so flip-flop from week to week, but if you can let Russ cook for one day, man, he could beat anybody on any given day. So I'm gonna roll with them.
So are you saying, before I get to somebody else, are you saying don't trust the Packers?
I can't say it out loud. I have a long hate for the Packers ever since my days of going to high school in Minnesota. I love Devontae Adams, and I like that they're looking good, but not in the playoffs. And I don't trust them.
Okay.
I don't trust them.
Have you got any other different NFC teams that you trust the most? The top 2?
I mean, I think honestly, I'm thinking with Marcus just because Russ is just out of his mind, and so I feel like. I mean, I almost put the Seahawks in my top 5. I almost replaced the Titans with the Seahawks just because of the Seahawks' abilities and the way that Russ plays. And I feel like when it comes playoff time, they're probably gonna go far. So we'll see if they make it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm just going to chime in before I give Corey the AFC teams. Like, how do you not trust Tom Brady in the playoffs?
I was just looking at that. I was like, man, but I don't know. I don't think it's Tom Brady that I don't trust.
If everybody's healthy, I trust the Saints because his wide receiver is going to be back. Drew's going to be back. I trust them. Like, I just do. But NFC's a little more stacked than it seems, I feel like. Because you got Packers, Saints, and I'm just not going against Tom ever.
I think you're right. They're a little banged up, so I have to see what their health is like. Like I saw Ronald Jones in play. Man, Mike Evans hasn't been 100% all season, and he got hit again this last week. So for them, it might just be health. So we'll see.
Before I toss it up the AFC, do you trust Seattle's defense, Corey, in the playoffs?
No, but I think my trust for Russell Wilson outweighs that. That's tough though. I'm gonna go Saints and Seahawks too.
Yeah.
Kind of want to say Packers, but
I think it's funny. Like the Packers, every single one of y'all had Packers in top 3, and none of you guys have listed them.
Yeah, but
I gotta give them their respect for where they are right now.
You said 100% healthy, so.
I mean, if the playoffs started today, and Drew Brees is going to be close to 100% back. Like his wide receiver, they're going to be close. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
All right, Corey. A team not named the Chiefs.
Named the Chiefs?
Not named the Chiefs. What 2 teams in the AFC do you trust the most right now if playoffs started today?
Bills and Titans.
Bills and Titans. Okay.
Hey, I like it.
Hey,
I mean, we saw the Titans do it last year, and I feel like they're a little better this year, so I got to go with the Titans. I don't know why I trust the Bills. I just think they're the second best team, so that's why I'm going with it.
So I sent y'all that clip. Matt Hasselbeck says Josh Allen is every bit as good as Patrick Mahomes. The floor is y'all. Go.
Let's say he is. I don't know if he's shown me enough to prove that yet. I'm not going to sit here and say he's not. He's had a great season, man. He runs the ball well. He's getting it downfield. He's making everybody believe like maybe Minnesota made a mistake getting rid of Diggs. He looks good, but until you do the things and make some of those passes and plays in big playoff moments, it's hard to say that just yet.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Like as far as when you take it into the playoff perspective of it, and he hasn't been there, so it's like it's the thing where he hasn't made those did those things and proved himself in the playoffs. So I feel like, and obviously I'm not trying to be. I mean, obviously I'm a little biased, obviously for Tennessee, but
yeah, man.
I'm not going to say if I drafted a team today, I wouldn't take 9 times out of 10. I'm taking Mahomes as my quarterback, no doubt. But I was seeing a stat earlier in the past 24 games. Tannehill's either tied for every stat, or tied but losing. I think he's only losing one stat. So they have the same amount of touchdowns. Or actually, I think Tannehill has more touchdowns. The only thing that Mahomes hasn't been his yards, and it's like 900 more yards or whatever. But
just 900.
Yeah, just not
measly.
No big deal.
Like 900.
But I mean, and that's the thing. It's like when you talk about Josh Allen, it's like you look at those stats compared to him. It's like he's not even there. I mean, and I feel, and I'm not taking anything away from him because I think he's great, but I'm taking Mahomes, no doubt.
I think potentially he could be close to Mahomes, but he still has a lot to prove before I'm going to say that.
Yeah, it's like
nobody's touching Mahomes right now.
I've heard
Russell Wilson's probably closest thing.
Yeah, I've heard analysts say Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback we've ever seen already.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Give me just right now, your top 5. Give me your top 5 quarterbacks. Is Josh Allen even in your top 5 quarterbacks right now? There's no way he's good as Patrick Mahomes.
Who's your top 5? That's an interesting question.
Top 5. Oh, it's got to be Mahomes.
No. Actually, no. I don't want to hear Baker yet. Corey, give me your top 5.
Man, I gotta look at. I gotta look.
He was coming.
That's our question. Heath, you go. You're ready.
I know 3. I got the top 3 right now.
I don't have any order in the league or any order. So Patrick Mahomes is clearly number 1. Right. Aaron Rodgers is 40 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
Yeah,
it's a good year. It's a big year.
I mean, so
and then I feel like Russ has to be 3.
Russ has to be up there. I'm not gonna put Baker in 5. I'm just not gonna do it because I would put.
Please don't.
Yeah, I would still.
I don't know. Josh Allen might be my top 5.
Top
honestly.
5. He could be.
I think
top
he
5.
is.
Because who else think you can throw Kyler Murray out there?
Is he a better quarterback than Deshaun Watson?
Man, with 4 wins or whatever he has, it's hard to say.
Right.
Man.
He has nobody
this year.
It's true. It's a bet. He's my fantasy quarterback, so trust me.
I think he's going to be better than Deshaun Watson.
It's hard to say, man. Like, Houston, don't even get me started on Houston. I'm in a toilet bowl, and it's partially due to Houston's what they're doing over there. Okay,
it's okay. I'm in toilet bowl too right now. You're good.
Oh.
I just asked that question because to me, when I heard that this morning, I was like, "What does he see in Josh Allen that I'm not seeing?"
I mean, when you look at when you look at the 3 quarterbacks, y'all said that they all play so different though. Because when you look at like Tannehill, if they're in the red zone, he's giving that thing to Derrick Henry. So that's eating his stats up a lot because they're so run heavy. When you look at Mahomes, he is forcing throws. He's not letting the running backs do it, and he's not running in. So he's all passes, even when it's unnecessary to me as a fantasy owner of one of their running backs. When you look at Josh Allen, he's taking that thing in himself a lot of times. So they all play so differently. It's hard to compare them, in that element until playoff time comes. We have to wait until playoffs, to me.
Mm-hmm. I think I will put Josh Allen as number 4 right now at quarterback.
I think you could argue that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who's just so we know you're 1, 2, 3, who's your 5?
That's what I'm thinking about right now.
This man.
No, he's
I
not.
can't-
There's
I
no
can't
way.
give it.
He would look. What did I say the other night? That man is feeling himself.
He's proven himself the last few weeks. I will say that, but I'm not putting him in top 5 right now.
Especially
So,
Keith, when you discounted half of his season for bad weather, like you can't put him in
They
there.
played in torrential wind. I don't even know if I'm saying that word right. Like 4 games.
What kind of wind?
Torrential? Is that the word?
Terrestrial.
Terrestrial.
Get off my man Baker. Trust in Baker.
No, I told you that the first game when they played the Ravens, I said I want him to ball out. I do. I just don't put him there yet. But I give it to him. I give credit when it's due. They're looking better. And I think we talked the other day. I was looking at, I was like, man, they're only up this much. But I saw that was a game where they were both holding the ball for a long time.
Yeah.
So it was hard to make anybody look explosive because all the drives were taking forever. So.
Okay, so I realized somebody I could consider putting at 5 is Justin Herbert.
Yeah, for sure.
Hold on.
Heck of a year.
I get it, but you got to produce more wins now. I get it. He looks good, but
You're asleep.
Oh, I mean those wins, but they lost a lot of. They lost a lot of games.
Bro,
you got to put Tannehill in there. Yes.
You got to put.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. He's
at
at
5.
Yeah, Tannehill's at 5 for me, just because Marcus, like you said, yeah, a lot of times when we're in the red zone, we do like run the ball with Henry. But yesterday, this man had not yesterday. Sunday, this man had 2 rushing touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns, and usually, at least once a game, if they're in the red zone, they'll do some kind of fake or something in order to try to get him in the end zone. So, I don't know.
No, this is for Marcus and Corey, not Team Tannehill, not Team Baker. You have one game to win. You get to pick Tannehill or Baker. Who you taking?
Tannehill. And to go back to that, to clarify, that wasn't a knock on him that they
No.
I think it's the smarter thing to do. It's the old Russell Wilson. You should give it to Marshawn Lynch when he's running it. I think they just
100%.
play smarter.
Yeah,
and that's not a knock on Baker either. But Tannehill's been balling for like 2 seasons in a row.
Y'all mark my words. Yeah. Browns are gonna make some noise in the playoffs.
I can see it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Corey, I may have missed it. Where did you have the Rams in your top 10? Or are they out?
They're out.
So are they no longer contenders? Rams are out.
Man, I can't say they're not contenders. But I don't know what team's going to show up. That's the problem.
Does a loss to a winless team do that to you? Does that?
What?
Does a loss to a winless team, does that kind of put things in
that
question?
Put them out of the top 10 for sure.
Yikes.
I was like, if y'all going to do that, I can't. How you going to playoff game? It's almost playoff time. You can't be losing to the Jets if you're a contender.
I'm glad you brought that up, Marcus, because I need to get back to you with this. Is that Jets win a loss for them? How do you feel about that? Because now, based on the way it is, the Jaguars have the number 1 pick.
So what I saw is players that agree with what I said. I'm not going to go out on the field, put my body on the line, and not try to win. But I'm like, well, what the hell were y'all doing that other week when you obviously purposely gave up that game? So I'm never going to knock players for trying to win. But yes, it's questionable when you're that close to getting the number 1 pick. If you're going to give away the other game, why win? I don't get it. I don't. Everybody need to be fired.
Yeah.
100% agree. 100% agree. Absolutely.
I heard an interesting stat. I think there's been, and I'm just making the number up because I don't remember it. There's been like 22 teams that have went 1-15. Nobody remembers those. There's been 2 teams that go 0-16, Lions and Browns.
Lions.
Yeah.
I mean, so like they're like, I get it, not wanting to be 0-16, but to get a franchise-changing quarterback, I'm losing every game.
Well, and they said they did it. See, I can't agree with that, but I heard that they got Frank Gore. My man said, I've played how many years? Yeah. I will not have my last season be winless. And so I was seeing on ESPN earlier, they were saying the team kind of rallied to get him that. But if you're gonna get that, could have just picked up that game the other week against who was it? The Raiders or what?
Raiders.
Does that mean were they trying to beat the Raiders when they blitzed everyone? Then were they trying to really win that game?
I don't know. It would appear not. That I don't know.
It looked bad. It was just bad.
Yeah, it looked very bad.
So we got so obviously the Rams are no longer contenders. The Jets are not contenders. We know
Jets.
we know New England, not contenders. New England, first time ever. Like, so what? Not ever, but you know what I mean. Since the Bill Belichick era, where do we go from here? What's next for them? What do you think?
They need some. They don't have many weapons. Not
Yeah, I
hardly
think
any.
they might have to actually like pay somebody. So I think one of your questions is going to be, we talked about earlier this week, who does this reflect worse on, Cam Newton or Bill Belichick, right? And I would say both, but to some extent, Bill Belichick, because you always hear these disgruntled players that switch teams say, this is what happens when you prey on players in bad situations to come play for you for cheap. And so now that you don't have Tom Brady, a quarterback that can kind of get the best out of everybody, you give Cam Newton nothing. You know what I mean? He's got no weapons. And to be fair, I thought he always played with less in Carolina as well, with never having like star receivers. So I thought he could make it work. But when you lose the intimidation factor of having Brady and you don't have those pieces, I got to put that on him for not putting a good product out there. They look terrible. So they're going to have to bring some big free agents in.
Yep. You think they'll switch quarterback?
Man,
Cam's
I
on a
don't
one-year
know.
deal. He's just on a 1-year deal. You can always bring him back on a 1-year deal. Like,
I was hearing some people say they want Patriots fans. Well, this is before the Jets screwed up getting the number 1 pick. They're not going to get a quarterback. They were saying the Patriots go after Sam Darnold.
See, I seen something too where they were talking about trying to go after Carson Wentz, but ain't nobody going. They ain't gonna want that contract. They ain't gonna want it.
Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, both free agents next year.
Mariota can.
Clearly, the Saints don't want Jameis, so I mean,
somebody needs to take Jameis.
I don't know why. Don't get me started. I don't know why that man wasn't playing in Drew Brees' absence, but
I still don't understand that.
I'm gonna read a list to y'all, and I just want a reaction, okay? Just a list. I just want a reaction. Damiere Byrd, N'Keal Harry, Matthew Slater, Gunnar Olszewski, Marquise Lee, Julian Edelman.
Oh,
okay. The Patriots wide receivers. Who the hell are those guys?
And N'Keal Harry was supposed to be good coming out of college, but
yeah,
that's the Patriots.
So Marquise Lee was too.
Like,
and nope.
I feel bad for him. I was a Cam guy. I was
older and banged up.
Go ahead.
I was saying Edelman's just older and banged up now, so he's not even really Edelman anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, Cam's older too, and he's taken a lot of hits in his career too. So
well, and you think about it too. Cam threw for 5 touchdowns this year. 5.
Is that it?
Yeah.
5.
I feel like he had a few good games, and it just went downhill fast.
You go from a guy that I think Tom has 32 this year. So it's like, obviously look at Tom's weapons that he has. I mean, that's given, but at the same time, it's like, this man had 5 touchdowns. Like, so, I mean, like you said, you don't have weapons. There's only so much you can do.
Brady's 4th option was Gronk. His 3rd option was Antonio Brown.
Right.
I mean, he's in a better position, but we should have known, and I think we all ignored it. I think the Patriots played Seattle earlier this year, and they lost when Cam got stopped on that 4th and 1, right? And we were like, oh, they good. But we really should have known, like, man, if Cam's getting stopped on a 4th and 1, like, that's his bread and butter. And then the season pretty much went downhill from there. So I was hoping he had a much better season, but it'll be interesting to see if he can bounce back and what opportunity he gets next year.
Okay. I like that. So that can lead it to like one of the greatest wide receivers of all time, and a Patriots wide receiver, Randy Moss, made some noise this week. Randy Moss, coming from his mouth, I'll put myself first. I'll put T.O. second. I would probably put Jerry Rice 3rd or 4th. First of all, I don't know many people put up the stat lines that Jerry Rice put up.
Yeah.
Second of all, I don't know if I'm putting Randy Moss over Terrell Owens. Where do you guys think? We don't even have to argue Jerry Rice because the stats don't lie with him. Longevity or whatever. Let's talk Randy Moss, T.O., Marcus. I'm going to toss it up to you first. Give me what you think on Randy Moss versus T.O.
I think Randy Moss is the most dominant wide receiver of all time. And you tell me, how many years was he with the Patriots?
2, 3.
Tell
2?
me what would his stats have been like if he played in that system his whole career? Does he still have the record for most touchdowns in a season, 23 or whatnot?
Why? I think I'd have to look.
I look at Jerry Rice, and I love Jerry Rice. I was living in California as a young kid when he was balling out, and I used to always hear about him on the radio. So I like Jerry Rice. I'm not going to speak bad or argue about that, but I'm thinking Jerry Rice was in that 49er system for a long time, right, where he was able to flourish and produce.
First West Coast system. They made the West Coast. Yeah.
If Randy was in that Tom Brady system for a good amount of his career, his numbers would have been better than what they already were, and they're already impressive.
Wasn't he in Oakland for a long time, and they chunked that thing? Al Davis, just throw it up.
Who chunked it? Who threw it to him?
I get it, but you're talking about a system. I get it.
Who was his quarterback?
But
are you kidding me?
Exactly. What if T.O. was on with Tom Brady though?
He'd have been good too. I've never even actually been approached with those two against each other because I think they're similar players. I think they're players that people love to hate. Like all my favorite players, Iverson, Carmelo, they're players that people love to play because they don't play the right way. They're not good old boys like Jerry Rice just doing what he's supposed to. So we hate them. I think that they would be close. I think T.O. and Moss are similar players. But I gotta go Moss, man. That dude was dominant, man. And his record still stands. That dude was dominant, man. You don't say you got TO'd. You say you got Moss. That's the same.
Corey, you got anything to add to that?
I got T.O.
Because?
Look, let me read the stats.
Yeah, let's get it.
Okay, they both. So T.O. played 219 games, and Randy Moss played 218. So basically the same.
Similar.
Receptions, T.O. 1,078. Moss 982. Receiving yards, T.O. 15,934. Randy Moss 15,292. Touchdowns, T.O. 153. Moss 156. Pro Bowls 6 for both. All Pro 5 for T.O. 4 for Moss. And that's all I got. But it's really even. But I'm going with T.O. You want to know why I'm going with T.O.? Because he broke his foot or his knee, something. Played with all that in the Super Bowl and still balled out.
Dev, you got anything to add?
I'm not going to argue. I mean, it can be Moss too. It's just a toss-up, but I'm going to go with T.O.
I think I'm with Marcus. I think I'm with Moss. Because
like this dude, man. Like this dude.
I was looking at it. So you look at deep threat receiver, Moss has him all day. You look at run after catch, T.O. all day. Or run after contact, catch after contact, whatever. That's T.O. all day because he's so freaking strong. But the thing that kind of I feel like Moss took Brady from being a winner to GOAT status because Brady was good. Brady was throwing for 3,100 yards in a season. And then I think he averaged like 26 touchdowns. When Moss was there,
50.
He started throwing so we started throwing for 4,600 yards and had averaged 39 touchdowns. And so, and something that like I said, I always keep going back to like, okay, for example, let's talk about the Titans. When they had Mariota, A.J. Brown and Corey Davis were irrelevant. They didn't have anything. They didn't have a solid quarterback. And so when you get a good quarterback in there, obviously expose them, make them look better. So when Moss got over there, it just made Brady and Moss combined look so much
robot.
Look, the world don't want
live up to what their
great.
potential was. No, I mean, and that's the thing. It's hard, and it's hard to argue. I mean, it was a really hard argument because yesterday I was sitting there, I was like, man, I really think like T.O., but the more I started digging into it, and that's what the kind of thing that set me off is like, I feel like Moss was the guy that took Brady to GOAT status.
Ooh, I didn't even think of that, but I agree with that.
I haven't heard that. I've never heard that, the GOAT status. I like it,
Yeah.
and it's something that we may share on our Instagram page later. So check us out, Solely Dope Podcast. Bleacher Report released a little article where Randy Moss went up to Tom before a game, and it said, Tom, did you see that T.O. had 4 touchdowns today? Tom Brady looks at T.O. and says, yeah, don't worry. Randy Moss had 4 touchdowns the first half.
Dude, when I say people just don't get it, man. When I say this dude dominant, no one's guarding. It's a shame he didn't get a ring. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I think I might have cried real tears when they went undefeated that season and then lost the Super Bowl. Real tears.
That was rough.
Well,
and I don't like rooting for those kind of teams.
Shout out my boy Dan Conley. You were on that team.
I mean, and back to thinking about Moss, because I wrote a bunch of stuff down. I was thinking about it today. It's like
I like that.
You look at Cunningham, when he had Randall Cunningham throwing the ball. He was there. That was Cunningham's best season he's ever had when he was throwing it to Randy Moss. Culpepper didn't do anything after Moss left.
No, never.
And so at the same time, you go over to T.O. Cowboys won. I think the most games they won with T.O. was 10. They went 10-6. After T.O. left, the next year they went 11-5.
I read this same article, Devon.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dev.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying though. Like just seeing that same stuff, I'm like, and that's what kind of helped set me more to the Randy Moss side of things. Is I'm like, man, I was thinking because I like my favorite receiver of all time is Calvin Johnson, just because of how dominant he was, and that's what T.O. reminded me of. But I mean, that just don't lie. I mean, you just start looking at it and just I don't know. And Randy Moss,
Andre Hopkins better than all of them.
Yeah.
We ain't
gonna get into that.
Yeah.
We'll save that for next week. So, Devon, you're the guest to this. So I'm an antagonist to Marcus.
Haters.
What do you mean?
Marcus and trying to get him all, I would pick Moss as well. I really would. Yeah. Moss is the deep threat. He opens up the whole field, but T.O. was never scared to run across the middle. And whether you want to admit it or not, Moss would not run across the middle.
Yeah, because he ain't stupid. I ain't mad at that. He's a thin guy.
I mean, but there's size difference. Like T.O.'s a monster. Moss is
2 different players.
Not a very big dude. He's just fast.
It's
athletic.
It's comparing LeBron.
They're different. Yeah, they're different.
Exactly. And I feel like
the middle.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like T.O. never took a play off. Moss made the comment that he don't have to play hard all the time.
Yeah.
So like,
it's just cool when LeBron does it. It's cool when LeBron does it, isn't it?
Well, guys, I feel like that's all I have for football right now. If you guys want to take a drink break and we can kind of segment into some basketball. All right, guys, welcome back. Solely Dope Podcast. Devon in with us. So we're going to get to basketball. There's no other places. I mean, hey, opening night. Who's pumped? Opening night, Marcus?
I'm ready. Got the whole fit on. The whole fit.
Champions, Lakers,
champs.
LeBron, GOAT. So you were watching the game earlier, I know. So Nets look good. KD looked good.
Great.
Warriors did not look that good. Rusty.
Not good to go. Not good.
So we can't really talk much about basketball without getting started with James Harden. We got any news on what's going on with there? Still a stalemate with Houston. Miami's off the board, right? Or so they say. That's
what they say. I just saw. I don't know how credible this source is. I saw that Toronto and Boston both put in strong packages. Toronto. I see no scenario why the Warriors, after what I just saw, would not be trying to ship Andre Wiggins.
Yes.
And his Canadian flag on over to Houston right now. Yesterday.
Yeah. No,
would you
as a LeBron fan, I'll get to you in a minute. Like, as a LeBron fan, that's what scares me the most is the Warriors are going to be like, we need James Harden.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Dev?
Well, I mean, in that package that I seen too with Wiggins, it had James Wiseman in a 2021 first-round pick and I think 2023. So it's like, I feel like Wiseman's going to be really good. And so that's the kicker there that's the piece that I would try to hold back from. But I mean, they would obviously have to give it up. But
they want to hold back from that. But you have to look at what Paul George brought. Look at what Drew Holiday just got to go. That's Drew Holiday. Look what he got from the Pelicans. Like, Houston wants everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they should at least try for it. They should try for it, like you said, because Houston's in a weird spot where, especially with the reports this week, I know me and you, Heath, we talked about, you were saying if he couldn't be professional, and I gave him the benefit of the doubt he would, but now there's reports coming out that he's been getting into it with teammates. At the end of the day, they still have to look at different teams are going to be shopping for him, so they need to get the best package. But man, they're in a terrible spot, Houston, with him now acting like that with his teammates. So that's rough.
Didn't they say he threw a ball at a teammate?
Yeah, at a rookie.
Yeah, rookie. Maybe he's just hazing him.
Corey, Corey, are there any packages you've seen that you think should go for Harden, or is there any place that you would like to see him? You can answer both those if you want.
I don't care where he goes. Just don't go to the Warriors. Go to the Pelicans.
Bro, no. I mean, Lonzo didn't sign. They didn't come to terms for that rookie extension. So I don't know if that was more the Pelicans or what. But if they would take and I like, in case this doesn't work out, I want Lonzo to ball out this year. But if they gave up Lonzo and some first-round picks for James Harden, come on, man. That's scary and that's fun to watch, especially for a small market team. They need something like that.
I gotta find it. I have the trade package that would work with the Pelicans somewhere, with like cap and everything. Let me try to find Steven Adams, Lonzo Ball, and Alexander Walker.
They can have
Alexander who?
Nikhil Walker.
I thought you said Alexander.
No, that's his last name. It's hyphenated. Alexander Walker.
Oh, okay. I was like, who?
That's Gilgeous Alexander's cousin. But that's tough, man, because I'm looking forward. I like Steven Adams, man. What? No, he is.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
No, yeah, he is. I like Steven Adams. I got a story about him when we get to the shoe segment, so that would be tough. But I might still make that trade.
Lonzo, Steven Adams, and him just gone. I'm sure there's some draft picks too.
Yeah, with all this stuff going on, it's like James Harden is looking real bad now. But we're forgetting that just a couple months ago, this man averaged 35. They got him. The GM got him ranked as the best shooting guard in the league. Like, you want to get him on your team, and you'll figure out all the other stuff later, because he has 2 years, not 1 year. So whether it's the Pelicans or I think the Nuggets trade package is interesting. The one not with Jamal Murray. It's
the one with Porter and Bobo.
Yes, and I think Gary Harris is still in that too, which is a lot. That's a lot. I would try to get rid of one of those players in that, or keep one. But
so to me, like, I think the Nuggets is the most likely one. I think that might happen. Out of nowhere, I'd love to see the Trailblazers sweep in and try to get him. Pair him with Dame.
Who they gonna trade? Melo?
hey, you shut.
No. So
who they gonna trade for real?
No, on this article, it's CJ McCollum, Zach Collins, and a shit ton of picks.
Man,
I mean, it's not. I mean, you're gonna get a better trade package.
Yeah,
I'm saying, like, what I would love to see. Like, I love star teams. I think it's good for the league when it comes to playoff times. Yeah. Dame and Harden would be so much fun to watch.
Man, that's interesting. I read this article the other day, and Devon, I'm like you, how you keep coming back to the Titans. I always end up looping them back to Melo. But there's an article where Dame says he wants to be tied to Carmelo's legacy.
Yeah.
He wants to see him win a ring and be part of that story. And it's going to be hard to do that with the current roster, no offense to them. But if you bring in Harden and his, stripper vibes, that's a tough team. And I like CJ McCollum a lot. He's a good dude. But I'm going to have to send him to listen to some Chopped and Screwed if you're going to give me James Harden for him.
Dev, is there anywhere you want to see Harden play?
I mean, I feel like this would be more in the advantage of the Rockets, honestly, if they did this one. But the one with the Knicks, where it was RJ, I think it was RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, 2021 first round pick, and then I think it was like 2023. So you already got, what is it, John Wall, Boogie, then you get Julius Randle, RJ Barrett.
RJ.
So so I don't know. I feel like that would. I mean, I feel like obviously, I personally feel like the Rockets would win that trade, but I mean,
I don't know.
I don't like Harden anyway. So I don't.
Every night.
I don't know if that's a winning trade. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like the Rockets would be. I don't know. Personally, I feel like the Rockets would be better without him. Now,
I think
Yeah,
one
for
thing you
sure.
forget.
I mean, he
though, is
averaged
they're
35, but
relying on-
he also put on 35. So like that's my thing.
Well, you think I saw that picture where it was like the day before he looked complete. Here's the thing though, with the Rockets will be leaning on is, and I hope Wall comes back strong and Boogie, but like we've seen the last two teams Boogie's played for he didn't last with the Warriors or the Lakers because he hasn't stayed healthy. So you can't count him as like the Boogie you saw in New Orleans even or the one in the Kings. So you just don't know. So I don't think if I'm the Rockets, I don't like that New York trade because I don't know what Barrett can do. And Julius Randle's good, but
yeah.
So Corey, you don't care where he goes. If you had like just your best guess, where do you see him going?
Man, it's hard to. Philly.
Philly? Yeah. Like I feel like the Nets are out. I feel like the Nets just look good.
Yeah, they're not going to the Nets.
But didn't the Rockets want Ben Simmons in that trade from Philly?
Yeah.
I ain't doing that.
You wouldn't give up Ben Simmons for James Harden right now. Ben Simmons, who can't shoot a three. It's a 3-point league. You wouldn't give Ben Simmons for James Harden right now.
Is it?
I don't know, man.
Let them go first.
It just be hard. I mean, because this is the thing. It's hard to say it because I'm just biased towards it because I just don't like him. But at the same time,
3 points is more than 2 points.
But I feel like Ben Simmons has the abilities to make his teammates better and make his overall team better than Harden does. Because Harden, I'm not high on Harden, man. I'm just not. I don't know. I do feel like he's one of the best scorers that ever played the game, but I don't know. It'd be hard to give up the guy that you.
Well, here's the thing about Philly though, because I'd give up Ben Simmons in a heartbeat because you can't be a point guard and you can't shoot outside of 4 feet of the basket. However, just like Houston built those teams around James Harden, the Sixers did a sneaky good job. I saw a graphic today where Seth Curry has a higher 3-point percentage than Steph Curry does, only by like a point. But they brought in him and like Danny Green, so like they are now surrounding Ben Simmons in his game with like 3-point shooters. So they have a good thing. I'd still ship him. I'm taking Harden, dude, all day.
Yeah, I would trade Ben Simmons for Harden. I would. And you with Embiid. He loves the high and pick roll. Him and Embiid, the high and pick and roll. Let's go.
And you still got Tobias Harris there, he's still a baller. You know what I mean?
But if I'm the Rockets, I don't trade Harden for Ben Simmons. So I'm backwards. I don't want
2 point guards can't shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Man.
Now you hoping Eric Gordon just shoots like 70% from the 3-point line because he's the only 3-point shooter you have now. And Boogie, is that your second best 3-point shooter?
PJ Tucker's still there, ain't he?
Right now.
Well, if he's not in the corner though, then he ain't making it.
Well, he'll stand in the corner. He'll stand in that corner.
I just pulled it up too.
This guy, you did research?
Do what?
He's trying to come back. You know.
I just pulled up like the Bleacher Report thing they put out the other day, and it was like Ben Simmons, Terrence Ferguson, 2021 first round, 2023. I mean,
Bleacher Report, follow us back.
Yeah.
What was the Warriors package that was on it? Was it on that one?
Yeah, I'll find it real quick.
Devon, because I feel like I thought that package was the best one.
And I would do that if they need to do that.
It's Wiggins. Heath, you want to get it?
No, go ahead. I ain't there yet.
It's Wiggins, Wiseman, 2021 first round, 23 first round, 25 first round. Yeah.
Can they give him Looney instead of Wiseman? But I'd still probably pull the trigger because they look, man. I mean, Wiggins looked like he wasn't even an NBA basketball player tonight. He looked really bad.
You mean he looked like Paul George?
No. Paul George, at least most of the game, still looks like he belongs in the NBA. Wiggins looked lost. I felt, oh man, he looked bad. Wiseman actually, I say he looks like he got touched from beyond the arc. I'd still make that trade. They got to do something. They look terrible.
Yep. I'd make that trade.
Only game one.
I don't know. Now looking at it, I think Philly would be bad. would be that bad.
So I sent you guys a survey. It was a GM survey. So NBA.com surveyed all the GMs in the league, and then they took the percentages. But before we get to that, episode 1, we gave all our preseason picks. So I'm going to give Devon the chance to do that, and we can kind of chime in with what ours was. So, Devon, who do you think will be the MVP of the NBA this year?
I think Luka.
Luka, okay. Yeah, I feel like
I think Luka's got it.
Me and Corey went Luka. Marcus, you went Steph, right?
Yeah.
Steph.
I said Luka.
I feel like I'm going Luka, and I said Dame. Like, I kind of want. I think KD might have something to prove.
It's always hard for those guys to get it. It's hard for LeBron. It's hard if you have another legitimate superstar. It's hard to get MVP.
KD got one. I feel like.
But it's Kyrie, and Kyrie had 24.
I feel like Kyrie's always a sidekick. I just don't feel like people look at Kyrie like a number one guy. He's never been.
Look at Kyrie like a number one.
He's never been a number one guy.
Heath, didn't you hear him? He's never even had a guy that can hit a clutch shot. Okay.
Oh, get out of here. Do we need episode 1?
Back to the numbers.
YouTube channel, episode 1. LeBron is more clutch than KD.
We have proof.
I'm only telling you what Kyrie says, and he never says anything crazy.
Kyrie's high off that sage, He needs sage and shit.
KD, I would love for him to get it, man. I think it's just tough when you have, because if you look at tonight, man, Kyrie looked good, man. If he plays like that all season, it's going to be hard for either one of them to get the MVP. So I think Luka's a good guess. I think Steph obviously has the opportunity because he ain't got nobody in his team that's going to look that good. Who you got for Rookie of the Year, Devon?
Man.
LaMelo.
Oh, I mean, I'm sitting here thinking about it because I don't know. I've been looking at it like thinking either Melo or Cole Anthony.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one too.
I said Obi in New York just because.
But I mean, Melo's. I mean, I don't know. It's just hard because like
no, Dev. Let's stop right now. You don't call him Melo ever again.
The disrespect.
Love Melo. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, you're right, dude. I was hashtagging Melo Mondays the other day, and when I hashtagged Melo, he came up first, and I got pissed.
Wow.
I was like, and I think I told y'all he did in his first game when he hit a 3, he did the Melo's things.
I saw that.
He might have to become my favorite player, so I can just keep rooting for Melo. That's not good logic. That's not good logic.
No.
I mean, I don't know.
Cole Anthony's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge LaMelo fan though, just because of the route. I mean, obviously it was all publicity and what they were trying to do, but I don't know, I'm not a huge fan. But like after watching him the other night, like he looked pretty solid. So
he can pass. I'll give him that.
Yes, absolutely. That's the thing.
Crazy,
dude.
Yeah.
I think, man.
Bro, he's built like Penny Hardaway, like long.
Yeah.
Guard. Yeah. Who you got for Defensive Player of the Year, Dev?
I think Gobert.
Ooh.
That's
legit. I think Rudy. Yeah, I think
Gobert
Rudy.
coming back.
Yeah.
From COVID.
I think we all had AD.
I think we all had AD.
Yeah.
Did you have AD?
Really?
Yeah.
So 6th man of the year.
Ooh. I don't know.
We already know who Marcus just wants a shout out.
Melo, what do you say? You're gonna drop 18 off the bench or something like that?
You think Melo's gonna be 6 man?
16 to 18 a game is what I'm going for. He's accepted the role finally, so it's happening.
I said Schroeder. He said somebody on the Lakers.
Anybody on the Lakers?
Toss up.
Schroeder's a good one.
Schroeder, Harold, Gasol, any one of them, I guess.
I don't know. I hadn't even thought about that one really. I think Schroeder's got a good potential, but I don't know. Like I said, I ain't thought about it.
So. The only other one that really matters, improve. Who do you think might be most improved?
Ooh, man.
Didn't we all say the same?
I said Porter.
We said Porter.
We all said Porter, I think.
Yeah.
But then Kevin made a good point about Jamal Murray, depending on how they weigh that bubble.
Yeah.
So, Devin, you got an NBA team?
Lakers.
LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron.
I say you LeBron or you Lakers?
I'm LeBron. Yeah.
Okay.
But like, if I could pick a team, like LeBron's gone, I'm just gonna roll with the Grizzlies just because.
That's what I was wondering. Was that your squad?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I've been intrigued by him more lately just because of Ja, but like, because I love watching Ja. Like dude's unbelievable. But like, I don't know. As long as LeBron's in the league, I'm with him. Like, there's some. I mean, so I don't know. It's hard for me to pick though, because I got like 6 LeBron jerseys down there, but at the same time, it's like my Memphis collection keeps building up. So we'll see.
Maybe they'll draft Bronny and you're good.
Yeah, we'll be all right. And then LeBron's gonna come there.
They're gonna be too good to draft Bronny. They're gonna be they're legit. They're solid, man.
Yeah.
So on that article, Corey, what popped off to you? Anything like just stand out?
Something that's kind of ridiculous. Who is the most versatile player in the NBA? Did you see those rankings?
I did.
Okay, LeBron's number 1. Giannis, number 2. Most versatile?
Yeah.
What is
you got to think, if he can be defensive player of the year, and obviously you got to take out his postseason play, but on offense, it still seems impossible during the regular season to stop him from getting to the basket. And like, he takes 2 steps and he's there from the half court line.
But is he more versatile than AD? AD can post up, shoot the 3. Giannis can't shoot.
AD is getting that I play with the superstar treatment right now. I feel like on a lot of the lists, I have an AD jersey on right now. Obviously, I would rank him higher on pretty much every list he's on.
Is he more versatile than Kawhi?
Kawhi's body's shutting down.
He's more available than
I said who's more versatile.
Yeah.
If he's shutting down, yeah. But
I can see you putting Giannis, AD then Giannis.
I'm still putting Giannis down.
Just because why? Because he's not able to shoot.
He can't score outside. Like, he just goes to the paint. Obviously, that's fine if you can score, but I'm talking about being versatile. That just doesn't seem like over those other guys anyway.
What did he still average? What was his average last year for points per game?
Yeah, but like, did you see?
I'm just meaning.
I'm only asking you, like, what was his average to say he can't score?
It was up there. He can.
No, I say he can't shoot.
He can score in the regular season.
What was his average in the playoffs before he got injured?
I'd have to look it up.
I don't know.
I don't either.
I think he needs to be able to shoot, but I still don't think you can't say he can't. I don't know how he does it. He still gets to the basket. I just think it gets harder on him. I think that's why he got injured.
Let's correct. Like, he gets to the basket in the regular season. In the playoffs.
But we're just talking about being versatile. That
did not get to the
doesn't
basket.
matter. If he can get to the basket, that's what he does.
5 because they kept
What's the versatility in that?
From the basket.
AD's a threat from 3 all the way to the paint. So is Kawhi, LeBron.
Well, I'm still gonna put Giannis ahead of Kawhi because
I'm with you.
Kawhi's not available.
I'm with you, Marcus. I put Giannis above Kawhi just because I feel like I see what other like Kawhi. I think this might be Kawhi's last productive year.
That's hard to say because we don't know how I don't know how he's conditioned this summer. But
he's shutting down. Load management.
Oh, but you would put AD above Giannis.
Yeah, I
would.
Yeah.
I think AD is the best player in the NBA. I've been when it comes to AD, I know y'all Bron fans all love AD all of a sudden. I've been watching AD since 2013, when he got drafted. I was there. He's been balling forever. He just wasn't nationally televised.
ESPN has them 1 and 2.
I think he is the best player in the league. You even saw that in the preseason game the other day when they're getting blown out. He was like, okay, fine. I'll start playing now. Yeah. Let me just drop whatever in the quarter. So I think he's disrespected on a lot of his ranks, a lot of those lists, because he plays with LeBron now. That's his.
And that's one of them. Versatile.
Was there anything else that popped off to you, Corey?
Just some of the top 5 position players. Like who did I say? They had. I can't remember. They had people in positions. I was like, why are they there?
Yeah, I remember. So if
I had to pull it back up.
If you're going to put LeBron as a point guard, he's the best point guard in the league. He led the league in assists last year. You can't have LeBron as a point guard and not have him as number 1. I don't care if Steph Curry's on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had Luka. which he is a point guard and a shooting guard. But I feel like if you're gonna rank them in one
What was
category.
I'm trying to scroll back to what was the rankings they had? Do you have it up?
Let me find it.
Hey, my hands up, guys. I got a question. Anybody see the score of this Lakers game right now?
No, what is it?
They're down by 20.
It happens, man. They got the rings tonight, right? You never win
Yeah.
on. You never win on ring night.
Yeah, here it is. Wait.
They had LeBron as the 5th best point guard in the league. If LeBron is a point guard, he's the best point guard in the league. He led the league.
They have above him.
They have Steph is 1, Dame is 2, Luka is 3, Chris Paul is 4, which I'm good with that list. Just don't put LeBron on it.
They're probably just penalizing him for not being actually. Yeah, just don't put him on the list.
They put LeBron.
I bet the reason why
No,
I think
I'm just
it's
saying
low, I think it's low because only a handful of like GMs actually considered him a point guard. So that's why.
Yeah.
Because then if you go down,
It's just weird. They should have gave him like this player is this position, then rank him.
When you scroll down, it says who is the best passer in the league. Number 1 is LeBron. I don't know. I just don't get it. Devin, anything pop off to you?
I mean, I didn't get that article, but like I seen
a message, man.
I promise you, I didn't.
Did you send it to him or did you send it to the other one?
Send it to all 3 of us, but it's all right.
I tried to vouch for him.
Oh, and they got LeBron as the 2nd best power forward. They have Giannis first, LeBron 2nd, AD 3rd.
What?
KD 4th is power forward. They had most of those guys as a small forward too, but then the center they had Jokic, AD, and Giannis at 3 at center.
It's good. The NBA is confusing, man. This whole position
it is
basketball. It's confusing. It's
so
beautiful. I love it.
I'm like, what do you consider AD? Do you consider AD a power forward?
I consider him a power forward.
That's what I'm thinking.
But
so,
the Lakers best lineup, he was a 5. The Lakers best lineup, AD was a 5.
Then he should be the best center, right?
Right.
It's confusing, man. This list, those players' lists are confusing.
Yeah, I mean, Melo wasn't on. I'm just kidding. Well, the East didn't even show up when it came to the rankings for those teams, so that was no bueno. No, I mean those lists, man. You could argue every single pretty much category on there. I usually roll with it for the most part. I do think I do. My only thing was I think AD is always low on those lists.
So this is going to be perfect. I'm setting you up, Devin, since you didn't get the article, which you did get because I just sent you a picture of it.
Yeah, you're right, because I'm looking at it right now. I actually did get it.
So don't look.
Okay.
You, which player do you want taking a shot with the game on the line?
Oh, my God.
Number 1, who do you want?
Number 1 in the whole league?
Yeah, who do you want? Like, you have the game is on the line. You got to hit a shot. Who you picking?
KD.
Ooh, Marcus?
I'm going to go KD.
Corey?
I guess I'll probably go KD.
So just because like what I said last time with like him being the MVP sleeper, I would have maybe picked Dame.
Yeah.
So that's who the GM picked. The GM's picked Dame.
Ooh.
I was gonna say after
why did I forget about him?
After KD, I'll go AD.
I'm changing my pick.
You and Dame?
Dame Dollar.
Here's the difference though, man. His shots are too hard, man. I'm picking KD and AD to get better looks than Dame would get. He's going to make some, but I would rather have KD take that mid-range or AD do his turnaround than my man Dame, who is playing with Carmelo, so I want to hit him, but he's going to shoot it from the logo. I would rather have those other better shots.
I think I could give you guys like 10 picks, and you wouldn't pick 4 or 5. Like number 1 was Dame. Number 2 was Steph. Number 3 was KD. Number 4 was Luka. Do y'all think of Luka taking that shot?
I'm cool with Luka.
I mean, yeah, I'd be good with that. Yeah.
Number 5, Chris Paul.
I think last year he was ranked in clutch shots. He was.
Yeah.
If he's on my team, then yeah. But like out of all,
that's not somebody I would have thought to pick though.
Yeah. That's what stood out to me. That question there.
Yeah.
No Westbrook.
No.
Where's LeBron? Wait, where did you say LeBron?
LeBron's not in top 5 in that.
Bum. Too much tequila. I'm sorry.
So Devin, like if you hear us talk a lot, Devin, we always say top 5. Like we need to like hashtag top 5. We need to get some sort of imaging top 5, top 5. Don't Drake have a song where he just says top 5 over and over? Or am I making that up?
Pop style, I think is what you're thinking.
I'll find that. But anyways, so we just talked about shooting and things like that. I want to get into, if looks like we have time, top 5 greatest scorers in the NBA of all time.
Greatest
Not
scorer.
players,
Look that up.
not players.
That was a tough list.
Yeah,
not
that was
players, not shooters. Top 5 scorers of all time.
okay. You want me to go first?
Yeah, Dev, you got it? You ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go.
So 1, I had Jordan.
Okay.
2 was Kobe. 3 was Wilt because this man averaged 50 points a game. 4 would be KD. 5 was tricky. But I think I got Braun.
Bron?
But between those, okay, so this is the thing.
Look at Marcus.
But with those, this is the trick. So I had Iverson, Braun, and Malone all together.
No. I just want your top 5 right now. We'll get to your honorable mentions. So I'm gonna get to Marcus and Corey next, and then I'm gonna chime in last.
I forgot about this list, dude.
Look, I can't put Wilt in any top 5 because I feel like if I played when Wilt played, I could probably get 10 points. He played against insurance salesmen and stuff like that, man. I couldn't pick. Wilt would not score that in today's game. So I just can't do it, but I get what you're saying. Corey, who's your top 5?
Okay, see, I guess it's just the way you view it, because for me, I put it as like somebody that I know can get a bucket basically from anywhere on the floor. So I didn't put any big man in there because what if I need a 3? I mean, just pure scores.
Your top 5 scores.
So my top 5 doesn't have a big man in it because of that. So I went Jordan, Kobe, KD, Harden, and then the 5 was the tricky one, but I put Iverson in there.
Okay. I'm sure we all got honorable mentions, so we'll get to that. Marcus, you're up.
All right, I did this on the fly because I'm gonna be honest, I forgot about that. So I did obviously MJ, Kobe, KD, Iverson. If we're talking about pure scorers, I'm gonna put Melo in my top 5.
Okay. All right, so I got Jordan. We all had Jordan at 1. My 2, I'm going Kevin Durant, 7 foot score. 3, Kobe.
Yeah.
4, Iverson, and 5. It hurts me because the man scored averaged 27 points for 17 years. I want to put LeBron at 5. But my 5 is James Harden.
And you trying to tell me you didn't want to trade Tyler Hero for him?
No, I don't. Heat culture, baby. Heat culture. All right, so Dev. So just rattle off your top 5 again one more time.
Yeah. MJ, Kobe. I had Will, KD, and then Braun. But that 5 was tricky, man. Like I wrote Iverson, Braun, and Malone down.
Nobody has T-Mac in their top 5?
I almost put him into my top 5.
It
was between him and Iverson. I think Carmelo was close, but T-Mac, I guess I didn't because of, he didn't play as long. But
and the only reason I always put Melo in there because I know he gets all the knocks, but he was a guy that multiple players say, I hate guarding Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna bully me on the inside. Now I gotta wait, see if he's gonna shoot. He's gonna hit outside. So I had to put him in my top 5. But that's a tough list.
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm cool. I'm cool with Melo in there.
Melo at 7 or 8.
Respectable.
Yeah.
Respectable.
It's a good discussion. Like it went a lot.
I like it.
I thought it was gonna go. that went so quick. I don't know.
As she said,
Yeah. You got anything else NBA we want to talk about? I think did I send y'all that article about the NBA GM's best player each position?
Yeah.
I have to pull it up real quick. Let me see if I can find it.
It's Curry, Harden, LeBron, Giannis, and Jokic.
Jokic.
That
I respect that because they put Jokic. He's 5. a lot of these players, you got to argue whether they're 4 or 5 or 3. Jokic
That's
is
the thing,
just a
like we've
5
already
all
talked
time.
about. That
So,
means like they have AD at the 4 and Giannis over that.
Yeah.
if I was, if I was starting, I would take AD as my 4, but whatever.
Yeah, I would too, for sure.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'm taking AD 4.
I legit think like I'm a LeBron guy. 3 of the 4 of us are LeBron guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's AD's team at this point. LeBron's still going to do his thing, but we go as far as AD takes us.
In fact, what are they doing over there? I was trying to see the kind, but it's on commercial. It's on commercial.
I'm not even watching, so I don't know what's going on.
All right, man.
See, but at the same time, I don't know about the 2 though. Like I know Harden, they got Harden at the 2, right?
Who you got over him?
I think Luka.
He's a 1 though.
They probably got Luka as a 1.
I'm putting Luka at a 1.
Is there? Are they putting? But is he? I mean, but is he though?
He's listed as
Yeah.
point guard first,
is he going to be listed? Okay.
but 2 at the 2 is the second. Yeah.
I mean, he controls the offense. I would say Luka's a clear number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, but see, I hate that. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, LeBron controls the offense. So LeBron.
That's why he's on the point guard list. That's why he's on that list.
Yeah. Okay.
But with with LeBron, he can switch because he can guard all the other positions and play them. Like Luka is not guarding a 4. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. All right, man. That sounds like that's it for NBA talk.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. So I think we got enough NBA talk. Let's get into sneakers. So the first thing I have, I think I told you guys earlier, I was listening to Marcus Jordan and Cam Jordan and DJ Khaled talk about the Jordan 11 Adapts. And I got early access to the Jordan Adapts, and I struck out. And so my question to you guys and everybody that's going to watch this is $500 for those shoes more than you're willing to pay?
I'm going to answer that in a minute. Make sure you ask me a question. Say, I want to ask you a question at the end of this because you struck out and you went for them.
Yeah.
So is that $250 into your investing?
No, I'm going to wait for the actual when I go for them when they release.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to pay $1,000 for striking out. I talked to Ellen about this earlier. I told her, I was like, am I violating the rules? But for early access, I'm going to wait till the official drop, which I'm going to go for now. She was a little hesitant, a little confused about it. But then when I miss, I'll invest the
and this may be a great time too. Like I know that we posted a video on it. Devon had some questions on the Honor the Flip system.
Oh,
yeah.
Let's go. What you got?
Devon, what questions did you have? Devon's a new.
He just wants you to explain it, I believe.
Yeah. So first off, you are a terrible influence.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yes, you are a terrible influence because I try to get the holiday specials of
Nope.
Wait for it, robot.
He's talking about the dunks, right?
Yeah, I try to get the holiday special dunks. Try to get those. Didn't get them. But so
damn it, Devon.
That Jonesboro internet is getting him.
That's that Brooklyn between Jonesboro and Paragould internet.
Oh,
No, this is the longest he's been stuck.
He's
What up?
stuck.
Come back.
am
back.
I good now?
Oh,
No.
No. I can hear you, but you're stuck. Your face is stuck.
Corey, you're going to have to find a way to chop this up.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, Dave, you're making it difficult. You're making more editing coming in.
All right, Devon.
I'm sorry,
I'm
man.
going to toss it up to you again. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
So here we go. So Devon is a new sneakerhead,
Okay.
new to this lifestyle. He has some questions on our Honor the Flip system. So Marcus, I'm going to let you answer the questions.
All
Devon,
right.
go with anything you want to know.
Yeah. So the main thing is like I seen where you have skip the flip. So
Right.
is that one where it's like a shoe that you just absolutely have to have?
Yeah, man,
You
because
feel like you have to have.
so I know you're a little discouraged right now because you keep striking out on these flips or these sneakers releases. We all been there. But if you're like me or like any of us, there's certain shoes that come out. There's no question. Like I'm gonna go for those. So for me, any all red Jordan that comes out, I'm gonna go for it most likely. Any like leopard print, I'm gonna go for it. So for those, you just skip the flip. If it's a must cop, skip the flip and get them. However, I mean, when you have this many shoes like behind me, obviously you don't have to have all those. So sometimes you just like a shoe and you want it. And so for those, that's when you flip for it. And so you'll flip a quarter. Personally, I do best out of 3. If the flip is favorable, then you can go ahead and try to get that shoe. If it's not favorable, then you have to take whatever that shoe would have cost you and you put that into an investing account.
Okay.
And then the biggest trick, the caveat is like we're talking about with these Jordan 11 adapts. It's a must cop, right? But I still have to win it on the sneakers release. So if I don't win a shoe that's a must cop, or even if I flip for it and it's favorable, if I have to get it off a sneakers release and I lose, then I take half of the money I would have spent and I put that into investing. So that's why he said $250 for the Jordan 11 instead of the $500 they cost.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's just for us to try to be adults, you know, like we want these shoes, but we also want to save money. We also want to we want to invest, and we also want our wives to not be mad at us all the time.
Yeah.
Well, that's my part of my reason.
I don't have one of those right now.
But I mean, and that's the trick. That's the trick because it's like me and Courtney, we've been on this big like debt payoff kick lately, and so it's like. I love that idea of being able to take that money that you're going to use and reinvest it. But it's like, in my mind, I'm thinking I'm going to reinvest it into my sneakerhead account or something like that.
Yeah. So I kind of got the idea because I was at home and something that Corey said echoed in my head. He missed on some sneakers and he said, well, I was going to spend that money anyway. So now I can just take it and buy more shoes. And I was at home and I was like, no, let's do something different. So now you were going to spend that money anyway. So now put it into you. And here's a fun fact for you, Devon, or anybody out there. If you look behind me, you would not know that I have not won on a sneakers release since, I looked at that today, December 9th, 2017 is the last time I won on sneakers.
Oh my gosh.
See, Devon's over there like, man.
And I'm over here getting
we
mad.
Might be able to get these. I'm like,
and that's what's crazy is like the other day I tried to get those holiday special dunks, and it's like, I felt so confident. And I was over here texting Corey. I was like, man, I really felt like I was going to get them. And I'm sure he's over there laughing like, oh, man, joke's on you. It's not happening. It's crazy.
The resale on those? $750.
Yeah. I started talking to Corey about just like, I love the shoes with like the detail with it, like the box, the things that comes with them. Like, so like whenever those shoes came out, like I watched the video. And like the box was like set up like a gift, like a Christmas gift, and it comes with like little like those to and from stickers you put on presents. Like it comes with like a thing of those. Like it's just stuff like that, and like I love the detail.
Y'all see the hearts in his eyes?
Yeah, I'm just.
But Devon pointed out
he sounds like me. He wants the shoe. He's not thinking about resale. Yeah. That's what I hear, man. Too many, and that's like it's so hard for us because resellers, man, terrible people, all of them.
But he pointed out too in that shoe. In the toe, it's got the little holes. It was shaped like a snowflake. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Fire.
So it's like stuff like that. Like I just like observe it. And it's crazy to me. Cause like when I seen that, cause I was like, oh yeah, those look dope. But like, as soon as I seen that, like it was like shaped like a snowflake. I was like, man, like this is crazy.
So to expand on that, Devon. So like if we're honoring the flip system, like me and Marcus, and Corey maybe, I don't know, we haven't really talked about it. So those Jordan Adapts, the 11s, they retail for $500.
Yeah,
we're probably going to skip the flip, but more than likely we're not going to get them. So we have to be prepared to cut that in half and put that $250 toward an investing account.
Yeah, I'm prepared to do that too.
Okay.
It was funny because like earlier I was over here checking like because I'm on this like sneaker page on Facebook, and it was like this dude's like, oh, I got the early access, and it was like 20, it has the time when it was like 20 minutes ago. So I was like, oh, let me check and see if I got it. Obviously I didn't, but it was like one of those things where
if you would have got it and I ain't got one yet.
Today, but Devon, I'm gonna tell you, you better check.
Well, he's gone.
It'll bite you. That shit'll bite you.
But today was different though, because today wasn't like an early access link. It was if you were watching live. Devon, were you back? If you were watching the Marcus Jordan special with Cam Jordan, he just said, hey, whoever's in here, your family, we're gonna drop the link right now. And I was there. I was like, it's my time, baby. It's my time.
And you didn't hit us up?
I submitted the payment. Well, because I didn't want to get out of the live session. I couldn't do 2 at 1.
Yeah.
But now I just got a story to tell you. I struck out again. I was pissed too because we don't need to get into it. I was pissed. So it sounds like you answered my question. 500 isn't too much for you guys to spend for these shoes.
No, it is. It is. But
I'm not going for them.
You don't have to say that because M might see this, okay?
No. I'm saying it's the 500 is a lot. So I have some of that. Like I paid $350. Like I wish I love them, but the 11s, I want them, but that's a lot. But I'm still gonna do it.
I'm passing on those.
So Corey's passing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, see.
What about you, Devin? You said you're gonna roll for him?
Yeah, but I don't want Courtney to see this.
She ain't gonna watch this far into it.
Because obviously my excuse was, but the resale value is crazy. Get him out. He's got to go.
No,
that's my excuse, though. That's my excuse. I'm not gonna zone. It's just like, okay, for example, like today, my mom went back to I sent a picture a long time ago. You had those Jordan 1 golf shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, those shoes are worth like $1,700 right now. Yeah. So it's just like stuff like that. I'm like that stuff's just great. And that's what I like. I like I like shoes, but I like the detail of the shoe, like even golf shoes or whatever. Like it's just cool to me.
And the 11 is just a beautiful shoe. I mean, if you just look here, come on.
Boom.
All red. So this is the last shoe I hit on sneakers in 2017. I got married in the cool gray 11s. I stood in line for the Space Jams, and then I got lucky with these this year. Like I legitimately love the Jordan 11. So if you're gonna add the adapt feature or that feature to it, I gotta try. Did you not get? Unfortunately,
did you not get the Jubilees?
No,
you struck out.
They're too similar to the Space Jam, to me. But
this man,
see, I see that. That's just a random shoe to me. I want it on the Jordan 11.
I'm just saying, I'm showing you the adapt.
Yeah, like that's crazy.
I tried. I struck out, man.
Man, that's crazy.
Man,
those are dope though. Those are sick too. I saw those today actually, because I'm trying to increase my odds, Devin. Because I don't think it's coincidence that the 2 people I know that have success on the sneakers app are Heath and my little bro Lathan. And one thing they have in common is they buy a lot of shoes on the sneakers app, even if they're not ones that sell out. So they have purchase history. And I just don't think that's a coincidence. Like I don't, because I just strike out all the time, and I typically don't go for in between releases. I get those elsewhere. So I flipped a quarter today, right? And I got some Nike Zoom types, which I'm actually excited about. I think you have those, Heath. The Zoom types. So they're the ones that like they have almost like 2 soles on the bottom. I think you got a black pair.
Oh yeah. But did you get like the ones with the burgundy?
No, I got that pair right there.
Oh no,
with the
that's a different shoe. I'm thinking
with
about.
the purple.
Yeah.
I got those today. I flipped a quarter and I was about to just buy a couple pair, but I had to honor the system. I said it's gonna sound too fishy if I just buy all these shoes. So that's why I told one of y'all, depending on how this conversation is tequila goes, have a quarter ready, because I want to buy one more pair of shoes.
Okay.
In hopes that it increases my odds for the Kobe's coming out this week, right?
Yeah.
But before we get to that, let's get into the things I sent y'all earlier. I got 2 things for y'all. I got 4 shoes for y'all, and we're gonna decide if for these shoes we're gonna skip the flip, or we're just gonna let them sit. 4 shoes. So the first one we're gonna talk about, I think it's pretty obvious. The Grinches, the Kobe's. What are y'all doing for that?
I'm skipping the flip.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so the second one are going to be, and this is hard for me because, Devin, I told you any all red Jordan I go for. And you got the Jordan 12, those varsity reds, the all red with the black. So for those, what y'all gonna do for them?
I'm gonna let them sit.
I think I'm letting them sit too.
Like I said, y'all are a terrible influence, so I'm skipping.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you.
So Devin, normally I would get those, but I already have. I got these, and it's like it's not the same, but with everything dropping right now,
those are better.
I like you got, I think. Too. Yeah, I like those. The ones you got better.
it seems like I get lucky with all red. Like they must know. Like every all red
Yeah.
release, somehow I get them. It's all I get. But those are too similar, so I'm gonna let those
Yeah.
sit actually. But I want you to get them, Devin.
So
Yeah,
like
Be
the
proud,
way,
bro.
and like you said, so pretty much that money that if I didn't, like I was gonna spend it anyway, so that's just gonna go into an investment, right? That's what you said.
So
Yeah.
so if you skip the flip, like so that's gonna be favorable for you technically. It's like flipping, it's favorable. If you miss on sneakers, then you'll put half of it into your investing account. The only time you have to put the full amount is if you flip for it and you don't get it.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like I like that and I get it, but I feel like that's gonna make me want to just skip the flip all the time.
See, that's
Yeah.
what you just got to be honest
Sweet.
with yourself.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta be
I
truthful.
think I've
man.
Yeah.
been pretty honest with myself on what's like a must cop.
No, I have to. I'm just saying, like
Yeah,
later, I'm like, I'm just gonna skip it, But you're right.
because
Yeah.
it's half. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the third pair I sent you, I watched the story for them. Those dunks, the bodega ones. How y'all feeling about the bodegas?
Skipping the flip.
I think I'm
Need
gonna
it.
flip. I think I'm gonna flip. I'm gonna
Yeah.
flip.
Dude,
more.
and
You're
the
flipping?
story, like watching the story on them, I was like, yeah, like, brings a
He
little
had a weird
baseball into
ponytail.
it.
That's a weird ponytail, but other than that, the story was pretty dope. What about you, Devin?
I'm skipping the flip
Are you
again.
just?
I tell you, I had this conversation with Corey the other day. I was like, bro, I said I have to have those shoes. Like I want those shoes so bad. Because just like I told you, the detail that goes
You
into
like
it.
details, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Especially if you watch the story behind them, I was like, oh, he's got.
yeah.
For
So I
everything.
mean, between the two, like between the 12s and those, like, I would pick the flip on the 12s compared to the bodegas, but I don't know. I feel like I'm skipping on both. Like, I think my thing is I just want to win. Like, I mean,
yeah.
but I'm not going to. I know
I
that.
feel like right now you're gonna skip for everything until you get a solid little collection going. Then you can
Probably,
slow
yeah.
down. That's what I'm seeing
I
seeing
agree.
desperation in his eyes back there.
Well, yeah, and it's like
That's right now.
and it's bad. Like I'll go over to Corey's, and then I see his freaking boxes that he got, and I'm just like, man, I want boxes. I want to put my shoes in boxes. And I come back and I get depressed. I'm like, man, I got like 8 good pairs of shoes, and then I got some. I'm like, I don't need to get no boxes.
Start your box collection now, and then you can
Yeah.
just build with your shoes, so it's not as expensive all at once.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I see Corey. I see you kind of making that flex back there with those Dropbox storage.
Hey
units
man,
back
you
there.
saw last time. Looked like I was in some kind of studio with the backdrop. There's nothing back there.
Well, see, now I got to decide because my homegirl hit me up. She was like, so your podcast, what are you guys just guys that just brag about the shoes you have behind you? And I was like, no, that's just where my desk is. And then I don't know. And now you see Lathan ordered drop boxes too. He's like, I'm ready for the next time I'm on there.
But
So,
y'all see that Bleacher Report Kicks like post I sent y'all? Like, there's a whole podcast. They do the same thing. They just got
But that's a sneaker podcast though. We're like a more than that. I'm gonna find some. I'm gonna end up moving around in here because I got some cool paintings.
You can switch it up.
I think I'm gonna
do the
switch
same
it
thing.
up.
I might like show the whole closet. I mean, it's still a closet, but still.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for viewers at home, I have a very tiny loft area up here. This is where I live. Keith lives a different life than most of us. He took a giant room and built it into
He's got the closet the size of my living room.
like a clothing shelter, I would say. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad.
It is what it is. I don't know what to say.
That was no hating at all, by the way. That was none. All right, wait, I got one more shoe for y'all in this segment. Got the Jordan 1. I know how Corey and I know how you feel about Jordan 1. So that boat yellow color. How y'all feel about
Flip for everyone. I'm gonna flip for everyone.
You gonna flip for those?
I guess I'm gonna flip.
Okay.
I'm trying to be honest with myself. I really like them. I love Jordan 1s,
When do those drop?
but I'll probably flip.
30th.
Wait, was that you, Devin?
Yeah, I think is it the 30th?
That boy ready. He ready.
I'm pulling up sneakers right now to see.
How you feeling about those, Devin?
Did you see them, Dave?
Yeah, I think I'm going to let them sit. And the only reason I just don't know, like,
January 9th.
oh, the 9th. Okay, just kidding, not the 30th.
I like that they're spreading out. So the adapts are before the new year. I can probably get away with the adapts, and then like 9 days later, I'm like, hey, let me get these too. So like
It'll be fine. I mean, once you take L's, it ain't gonna matter anyway.
Yeah.
Well, but these aren't complete swing and misses. That's money gone, whether it's to yourself or not. It's coming out of that checking account. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm probably in any other circumstance, I would probably go for those because I like stuff with the boat yellow colorway or that Volt colorway. I think I've got like 3 pair of shoes in the last month with both in it, but due to the fact I'm going for the Grinches and going for the adapts, either way, that's going to be too much. I'll probably have to sit on those just based off that.
So I'm just going to bring up one more pair because I know it's going to release before we talk again. Those LeBron Lakers, the 8s. I'm skipping the flip. I'm going for them.
Skip it? You got to. You have to. You have to.
LeBron 8s. Got to.
I'm letting them sit.
LeBron 8s?
I think I am.
I like them. I can't. LeBron's just, they're so big on my foot, man.
They're bulky.
Yeah. I'm not a big dude. So it's just, with a big shoe like that, it's just weird.
That's actually why I got rid of all my LeBrons. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not 6'8".
I got a
I'm not
couple
6'8" anymore, guys.
So we got Christmas coming up. Lots of good Christmas kicks out there. You got something else for us?
We do. I compiled a list of not maybe the top rated ever, but the ones that caught my eye that I dug.
The 4?
The 4. They're kind of unfair. I should have left the Grinch out. I see that now. Let's get the Grinch out of there.
Yeah. I feel like the Grinch it's just the top. Like it's just you can't beat.
And let's be realistic. There's some sentimental value with them right now too.
Right.
I think I've always liked Kobe, so like I personally don't play basketball in Jordans because I don't want to ruin them. My go-to balling shoes have always been Kobe, so I've always liked them. And the Grinch is a pair that I would never even play ball in. They're too beautiful. No. But let's leave those out. Let's go with the other 3. So let's start with, so we got the LeBron 9, the Christmas version. We got those Draymonds, which I really like. I think those are underrated for like Christmas shoes. And then we got that dope Ray Allen, the 2012 Christmas PE he wore. So out of those 3.
Yeah, and just a little background on those Draymonds. Like, so after the LeBron beat the Warriors, like he posted the Arthur fist. And then the Warriors beat them the next year. And then the very next Christmas, Draymond wore the Christmas shoes with Arthur on the back.
Petty. I love it.
So it's a little pettiness, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I think, you know what? That's a shoe that I actually wanted, like, to ball in. Those shoes look so comfortable.
They do.
And those are the Jordan 20s, right? The 20s?
21s. Oof.
Whatever number they are, those were one of my favorite ones. The ones that he didn't actually wear. You know what I mean?
I played in those in Porterville when we got beat by Charleston, if I'm not mistaken, in the championship game.
That's the one he remember when he brought out that book, like Jordan released the book, the tribal book, and it had like the same tribal on some of the straps. Yeah. We rank. So
I like those.
We ranking these?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at those. If you could take your pick, which ones you want? If today you want a raffle and you can have a pair of those, what are you taking?
I might just go. Honestly, I might go to Draymond just because nobody else has those.
Yeah. If I'm like rolling up and trying to flex on y'all for a Christmas photo, I want those Ray Allens.
Yeah.
Those are hot.
Yeah.
I'm going with the LeBrons.
Devin, you got to agree with somebody. I don't like how this is going.
Devon's got to.
Yeah, I mean,
agree with one of us.
Yeah, I'm going with the LeBrons too. That's what I have. I mean, like y'all said, obviously
I love those LeBrons.
Question, but yeah, the LeBrons are. That's my favorite LeBron that came out anyway. The 9s, those are my favorite.
Yeah, I like the 9s.
You know what? This dude, Devin, when I met you, I said, that's a swaggy white dude right there. Oh, no, I sound like my dad.
One of the best 9s, the free gums.
Yeah. So, Devin, those are my favorite 9s.
Yeah.
Or my favorite LeBrons for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the 9s.
Except the Lake Summit color is the best, obviously. I sold him to Heath, by the way. Backstory.
He did.
What size are they? Sell them back to me, dude.
They're like a 13, I think. I think so.
I think I got hooked up for those. I like showed up at whoever was selling them, and it was a guy that used to work with Ellen at H&M, and he's like, "Yo, come in, I got you." But they were too big. Yeah. How are you? What are you doing with them? You got a smaller foot than me.
I do, but they're the Lake Summit LeBrons. I gotta have them.
Gotta have them.
Gotta have them. Okay, so here's the thing. This is what I need y'all. Help with. Man, I've been missing so much on these Burgalooses, and I really want these Grinches. And I was thinking about like maybe I should buy another pair of shoes off the sneakers app before, but I gotta stay true to our system. So I think of the shoes left in my size, I was just gonna go with some classic with some of the high Air Force Ones, like the all white, just classic high strap, all kind of ankle support. You know I need that anyway with these jelly ankles, but I got to flip for it. Do y'all think I should flip for these, or should I just relax?
I think you should flip.
Why do
Flip, man.
Devin, you're reasonable about shoes right now.
I mean, I think I'm with them.
My thing is
I think you should flip.
I get 2 pair of shoes this week. They drop. They got to let me in, right?
Right. Nike's got to see that. Nike's got to see it.
The dedication, like this.
You have a Nike jersey on right now? Is that Nike? Your jersey?
Yeah, look how big that swoosh is, man.
Nike, do you see us?
And I'm telling like Nike, one more dedication you want from me. I got Jordan symbols as tattoos. I got my son's name is Mars Boyd, Mars Blackman, ring a bell. Yeah. My daughter's name is Mila Jordan. We call her MJ. What more they want from me? Give me these Grinches, dude. So who brought a quarter? All right. So I'm going to do this the right way.
You going to do 3 or 1?
I always do 3. 1 is questionable. And it doesn't give me a chance to escape if it's wrong. So I do stick to one thing. I always pick tails.
So two tails, you get the shoes. 1 tails goes to investment. Half of it.
Gotta invest it, and then
it's full.
It's full. Yeah, it's a full.
How much are those? Like $100?
$100.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they have the mids and the highs. They had a couple pair of Forces, but the highs are 100.
You can do 50. So you're gonna trust Corey to flip it?
I can do 50 for this. Why 50?
Oh no, it's full. You're right. My bad. I'm tripping.
So I'll take the loophole because I need about to spend $500 on these DAPs hopefully. All right, yeah, flip it up, man. But you gotta show us, bro.
I'll try. It kind of glares on the screen, but I'm gonna slap it. Is that how you do it? You slap it on your hand?
So yeah, so flip it up, catch it, bow.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure. You ready?
Ready.
Oh, it fell. It was heads.
Oh,
questionable. It fell. We don't know.
It was heads, I promise.
All right, you good.
All right, there we go. You need a tails.
I need 2 tails.
Tails.
Okay.
Oh man.
Drama.
It's a different tail. It's like a.
Where you get this sketchy ass quarter?
Hey man, that's heads.
Arkansas quarters, man.
All right.
Here we go.
3rd flip coming. Heads.
No.
Oh man.
I might have to flip again for something else, guys.
There you go. Pick another shoe. Let's keep flipping.
They don't have any must. And that's the thing about the sneakers app is they have such a limited selection right now. So there's no must cops on the site.
Right.
And Devin, I gotta stay true to it. There's no must cops. I gotta flip for him. So I'll screenshot y'all the deposit. I'm very upset I have to make. It's not even gonna help my chance of getting the Grinches. So we may circle back to this, guys. Let's see how this goes. Damn it.
So we can end this call in a little pop culture. We got a Christmas coming up. I want top 3 Christmas movies. Dev, what you got?
1, I got Christmas Vacation at 1.
Okay.
2 is Elf, and then 3's got to be Home Alone 2.
Home Alone 2? Not even the first one?
Home Alone 2, not the
Okay.
first one. I don't, and I think honestly, I think it's just because like me and Courtney took a trip to New York last year, and so like just 2 being in New York, it's just like makes it
Sentimental.
better. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Corey, what you got?
I got Elf number 1, and I got Home Alone, the first one, number 2. Number 3, I got the Santa Claus.
Okay, got you. Marcus.
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I don't have any sentimental Christmas movies.
Come
It
on,
might-
man.
It might be like the Trolls. It might be like the Trolls special because I watched that with the kids.
Bro, I was
I
about to
didn't-
say, how about I've seen that movie like 15 times because of Charlie.
I love it. I'll
Dude, yeah.
rock out right now.
He
I
gets
I don't
ready,
have
bro.
any, dude.
So I got Home Alone number 1. Then hear me out on this one. Hear me out.
All right.
Friday After Next, number 2.
Hey,
Yes, that's good. I
That's
joke.
a
They
good
get
one.
robbed by
Ellen with
Santa
that.
Claus. Come on, man. Party.
Everything must go. Maybe in you.
Then number 3, I got Die Hard. It's a Christmas movie.
hey,
Fact.
I forgot about that being a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
You picked the 3 most Christmas movies. I'm not saying they're not Christmas, but you know what I mean. Like they're not like Christmas.
They
Christmas
just happen during Christmas time.
right?
Yeah.
But Dev, I know you've been waiting like 2 hours for this. I need a top 5 country singers right now. Who you
Oh
got?
my gosh, y'all killing me.
Do you
I
know
know-
anything about country music?
Give me top 5,
Yes.
Dev.
Okay, so 1, I got Chris Stapleton.
Eh.
Bro, you don't even know who's okay. You don't even know who Chris Stapleton is.
Look,
we already had this conversation
He's
the
gonna
other
give you
night.
his top 5 here in a
Okay.
minute.
Okay. So Chris Stapleton, Luke Combs, Tyler Childers. All time. We doing all time?
It's your top 5, Dev.
Okay.
Yeah.
Randy Travis.
You're making up people, dude.
No, bro, you don't even know who
You're
Randy
making up
Travis
people.
is.
This guy doesn't know country,
Is that a
dude.
real name?
Bro, and then 5, I got Garth, man.
Go
At
ahead.
5, all time, I got Garth.
All right, Marcus. I want your top 5 country artists.
Well, do you
I
want
need
real country or the stuff that he's talking about?
Bro,
What do you
that is
consider
real
country? Let's hear your
What-
5.
Dude, I've been in Nashville one time. I know country music.
Oh my
Let me tell you, I'm gonna start off, and it's gonna be no explanation. Black Corey, legend. Okay. 2, come back to me, Devin. 2, Nelly, and I'm talking before the windows down. I'm talking with him with Tim McGraw. That Nelly.
Oh my god.
3,
I'm crying right now.
3, and numbers don't lie. Lil Nas X. Sorry, Grammys, let him in. 4, Kane Brown. I think he's a legit country star.
He
He's
really
black.
is.
I'm
He
rooting
really
for
is.
I'm rooting for everybody black.
Dope.
5, I can't deny T Swizzle. Are you kidding me? Taylor Swift. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh my god, this is great.
Solid top 5.
I'm just here
Man,
to
that's-
provide real content that can be respected on this show, okay?
We over here
Yeah.
making up names like Randy
Yeah.
Travis.
I apologize.
What
if
do you
Yeah.
mean? Chris Stapleton?
I apologize.
What's he working at Office Max? Who
Bro.
is this guy?
Yeah, I apologize. I don't know anything about country music. You had me beat
It's
there.
okay, dude.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, you left Lil Nas X off.
Are you kidding?
I know. Gosh, I can't. I'm sorry. I don't even know why you let me come on here.
Dev.
It wasn't for the country music.
Yeah, that's right.
Dev, thank you so much. Joining us, episode 2.